Had to risk it all just to win big.
It's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. I'm a win, baby. I'm a win. Are you gonna win? I hope so. Hope you got the attitude of winning, being a winner. That's what it's all about, people. Losing is not an option. You may fail a couple times, but you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going, people. So stop by over to cryptoblood.io and check out those t-shirts. You can also check out some of my social media stuff. We got a section for Uncle Clif, some of his Clif notes compiled by our great members of the Webbot Chatroom. So you can stop by there, check those out if you don't have time to watch some of those videos. Sometimes those interviews with Clif can be over hour and a half, 2 hours long. So our generous Webbot chat room members come together and do Clif notes for the videos for you guys. So again, thank you to all the Webbot members who participate and help in that manner. Yeah, hope you guys are doing well today. I'm just getting started. I got my coffee. Went downtown and got my coffee. I'm back now and about to get the day started. Today we're going to talk about two things. Sentra. There was an article, and I actually saw someone sent. I didn't know about this article until maybe about 3 or 4 days ago. Someone DM'd me the article, and I didn't even open it. I saw the kind of the title in the URL. I could see it was about Centra, talking about them in a bad light. And I was meaning to read it, but I never got around to actually reading what the New York Times had to say. But last night I saw a video by Silvertooth, and he kind of brought it back up, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that article. I'm gonna check it out. So went ahead and checked it out, and just want to kind of give you my feedback on that article from the New York Times. I think it was written well, just the way the actual article is written, but I don't know. I think they were harping over things that, as humans, you're gonna make mistakes. It's trial and error. We're in this trial and error. You know, we're not gonna go through life squeaky clean, and the things they brought up honestly weren't even damning, in my opinion. These guys are 26, 27 years old, young fellas, ambitious, had previous businesses, and me personally, coming from a middle class family and trying my hand at things. I've had maybe 4, 5, 6, 7. I think about 6 businesses I've attempted and failed at. So only a few stick on the wall. So a lot of the allegations or points that they brought up in the article to me were irrelevant, to be honest with you. As long as that individual is honestly trying to build a business and not defraud people, and not really scam people, then there's no issue there. You know what I mean? So we'll get into the details of that article shortly. First, I want to take a look at CoinMarketCap. So we've got overall market cap is up. We're near highs, honestly. We're at $181 billion in total cryptocurrency / crypto asset market cap. And Bitcoin's dominance is sitting at 58.1% right now. So creeping up steadily as we start to get close to it. Look at this. Oh my, do you guys see this ad here? That's a whole nother subject. I'm not even going to go into it and give it any energy. But yeah, we're looking good in the markets overall. The the altcoins and crypto assets are kind of lagging. But if you recall from a tweet that Clif put out a couple days ago, he said that once we hit those levels that he projects we're going to have a slight pullback from. The sloshing is going to go from Bitcoin into the alts instead of from Bitcoin onto the sidelines into fiat. So I know the last few times we've had, whenever we've seen a pullback, it's gone from cryptos to fiat. But Cliff believes this time we're going to see a sloshing from cryptos to the altcoins and crypto assets. So that's exciting because most of us are primarily in crypto assets and altcoins. So I know I am predominantly in crypto assets and altcoins and not so much in Bitcoin itself. But the little Bitcoin that I do have, I will probably take profit and spread that over into some of the crypto assets. So let's look at this chart, though. I've been charting this off of tradingview.com for the last three months or so. Just kind of keeping it up to date as we kind of progress through time. And if you guys want to see kind of my technical analysis related videos, you can go to my playlist called Chart Talk. And I haven't done one in a while because I started to kind of integrate the Bitcoin TA technical analysis into some of my videos. But you can kind of see, just kind of go back, and it'd be cool to see how far we've come and some of my projections and predictions on Bitcoin's price as we progress forward. So check that out when you get a chance. So where we are right now is very close to my target of 6,600. That green line is where I have a target to take profits. If I were a trader, or if I were you, I'm taking profits right here, and that is right around the Fibonacci extension level. I think it's 116% or 66%. I can't remember. I can't really see it on this screen. But the yellow line is where Clif's Webbot has it going, and then pulling back from there. We are not going to see, per Clif's tweet, we are not going to see the 40% retracement from this high. Initially, he thought that we were, but basically he said that occurred when we had the whole China shakeout, and then we had Jamie Dimon kind of FUD the markets as well. So that 40% correction is pretty much done. He did see that occurring months ago, and it occurred prior to getting to the 68.88 range. So we're good on that, people. I think I'm no longer going to be going into fiat or tether. That's a whole nother subject, of tether. I had a couple people comment in my video that I said I was going to go into tether, talk about how that's a possible Ponzi scheme or fraud or whatever. I have not seen any substantial evidence that it is an unsustainable coin. But it did make me, a couple people said something, so I'm gonna go back and start to look even further and deeper and see what what we have as far as this tether being an issue. If I go into tether and man, they like crash or whatever, I can lose a lot of money. But it doesn't matter. I'm not doing Tether now. I'm going into some of the altcoins and crypto assets when we hit our target, which I told a few people the other day, a day or two ago, that I think we will hit that target within the next 2 to 3 days, and it looks like, hell, we may hit it today, but for sure tomorrow we should be hitting these levels. So I'll be taking profit later tonight or in tomorrow at some point. So again, the article we are talking about today, it comes out of the New York Times technology column, and it's talking about like celebrities endorsing ICOs, what ICOs are. And the primary focus on this article is kind of like Floyd Money Mayweather and Sentra. And the article is written pretty well. I'm not going to lie. Just as far as how it was constructed, telling people about ICOs, cryptos, and all that, and so on and so forth. But I did feel like they were kind of painting Centra in a bad light. Unfair, in an unfair way, really, to be honest with you. Many of you may know the interview that Sam Sharma had with Clif and how that was a wake-up call, it seemed, for Sam. I talk to Sam every once in a while, and man, this guy's working, y'all. He really is working hard. He's trying to make things happen. I suggested one concept for him. He's like, yeah, we're already on that. We'll have such and such done soon, and we'll be rolling that out. So the guys, I talked to Sam. I haven't talked to the other co-founders, but he's working, people. And this article really tried to shed light on some of his mishaps in the past. The young man is 26 years old, and I'm impressed with his ambition and where he is so far, man. This is really good. And as far as his idea, their idea, it may or may not succeed. We don't know. But what I can say is that he's definitely giving it a good attempt, and working hard on a daily basis. He's going back and forth to Korea, because they've got some business dealings over there, some partnerships they're working on and stuff. So I think they're working hard, and I don't know who wrote this article, but and what their motive was, but it's pretty interesting. I'll leave a link to it in the description of this video. But basically, it kind of starts off talking about like the team and their age, and how they're 26 years old, no previous experience in cryptocurrency, or they called it virtual currencies. And who the hell does? Like, we're so early in the game with this stuff, with tokenization, the concept of tokenization. And I talked about this in another video years back. I remember, like in 2013, in the crypto community, I started to see the conversation thrown around about this whole concept and this whole idea of tokenization. And the first theory or title they gave it was called colored coins. This is only a few years ago, people. Like, so we're so early in the game. There are very few people who are experts in what they call virtual currencies, but we call them cryptos, right? So I don't look at that as as something that should be a check against him or his team. Hell, this is brand new, So that was the first thing that they talked about, and then they also went on to say how again, no previous experience in the cryptocurrency space. Their prior Sam Sharma and his partner's prior business was actually a luxury rental car place down in Miami. And I guess that was a way for them, with that network of clientele, they were able to really pony up and get things going with Centra, and had some connections to get some sponsors, celebrity sponsors and such. Again, I don't really care. Like, I don't care that their previous business was not in digital or in IT or in crypto or anything like that. It doesn't really. We're so early. It doesn't matter. With him being able to raise 30 million, he can go get the best cryptographer in the Western Hemisphere. Like it. So as long as he's able to, and the team are able to adapt, change, and grow quickly, we call that pivoting. As long as you're able to assess an issue, either tackle it head on or pivot, you'll be fine. Or at least it will greaten your odds of success, for sure. So it goes on to talk about how Sharma was had been sued in New York for some business deals. Let me tell you something. In business, if you're in business, you're gonna get sued. Be in business long enough, you are going to get sued. So being sued is not, to me, a red flag. One allegation from the article talks about him being sued for trying to sell people vehicles that were not his. I don't know how true that was or is. I didn't do any further due diligence on that. But you have to take that at face value. You get sued in business. It's just what it is. So, that again is not something that is a red flag to me. Article goes on. I'll link this article again. I said I'll link it in the description of this video. But other than that, it also talked about Sam and his team not being prepared for this venture, switching management around, making adjustments. One thing in there is they talked about they had someone under the management team that really wasn't on the team. Like they used a picture of someone else that wasn't even in the United States. Hey, may have been true, and it may have been done way before they really got going. I think it was done when they first got started, and they were just trying to, show a presence and show that they had a solid and deep team, which was probably the wrong move to make. But again, in business, you're gonna make mistakes. It's all about learning from your mistakes, to be honest with you people. You're gonna, and many times early on, you'll fudge numbers, you'll do things, whatever, to get the opportunity to even show and prove that you are capable of doing the task. It's part of business. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've been in business, doing startups and all types of stuff for over 10 years, and I see the ambition in Sam, and I think people are just really too hard on the young fella, and I really see some good qualities in this guy from the standpoint of an entrepreneur. And the one thing I do want to bring up, they talked about in the article about him having a DUI or something in New York. Again, People make mistakes. It was, of course, a bad decision to be drinking and driving. But again, is that really something that should be held against him in business? I'm not too sure. I don't think so, personally. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think so. Check out the article if you have a chance. It's not really that long. The layout of it makes it seem longer than it really is. Talks about also, oh yeah, one other thing. It talks about the celebrity endorsements. And to me, I think that was a smart move for him to get endorsements from Money Mayweather and DJ Khaled. That's part of promo. That's PR. Why wouldn't you want to do that to bring light to your company and inevitably bring, raise more capital? So again, I don't see anything wrong with that. It doesn't mean that they're going to be successful or they're not going to be successful. That is kind of that's irregardless or separate, I should say, from the issue with this article. Business is tough, man. It's hard to start a successful business. Anyone can come up with an idea. It's all about execution. And if they can execute on this and get the right people around them with 30 million, I think they should be able to do that. But in order to pick the right people, you have to know how to pick the right people. So I think they do hold that skill to do that. They're really shifting stuff around and making changes and really trying to make this thing happen. I can't really speak on, like I said, I gave Sam some suggestions in a way to implement his payment network, and he mentioned that they were actually already in the middle of doing that. So we will see what comes of this, and wish them much success. And if they don't succeed, it's definitely that's one notch under your belt for sure, and you will grow from that and do something even bigger and better. If that is the case, it's a risk, and I don't even know where their tokens are trading right now as far as price. Everything is pretty much down in crypto assets. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this article. I mean, there were some things in there, but again, that we're human. We're making mistakes. The guys are only 26 years old. I'm actually more impressed by what they've been able to do than what they've done in the past, what mistakes they've made in the past. So we'll see how this pans out for Centra, and I definitely want to hear your comments and feedback on this article from the New York Times, people. That's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you do subscribe, click that bell, and that'll make sure you are alerted for every video that I upload. What else we got here? Check us out in the Webbot room. I'll leave the link of that in the description of this video too. And check out CryptoBlood.io. Get you one of those t-shirts, people. It's your boy Crypto Blood. I'm out. Holla.
But even still, this is my life. I gotta claim this shit. So even if they didn't like it,